All right, Brian, thanks for joining us this morning.
Well, good morning to you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's been a wild week. First, you got a rivalry game with the fans coming up Sunday against Pittsburgh. They just traded Greg Newsome away last night. He was your starting corner. They'll bring in Tyson Campbell. I'm not sure how quickly he can get acclimated to this. After that, and then the Joe Flacco trade earlier, is that too much of a distraction for this football team to actually go out and play well on Sunday against Pittsburgh?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Flacco wasn't going to play anyways. As long as Dylan Gabriel was healthy, he wasn't going to play. So he's gone. I don't think that was a distraction anyways. I mean, he was a veteran in that room, the quarterbacks. I think he was an important one. The Newsome trade is a little bizarre to me. I mean, he's really a really good player. I mean, obviously losing Emerson in training camp really hurt. But defensively, they played very, very well. And Newsome's a part of that. And I thought he was playing well. I don't really totally understand the trade. Tyson Campbell is a good player. He's a big corner. They're having a lot of success taking the ball away in Jacksonville. Maybe it's just something that both teams feel like benefits their team. And I don't think that's a distraction. But, it's playing for Jim Schwartz's defense I would say it's fairly complex. I don't know how quickly he can be up to speed right now.
Boy, it is fascinating to see, like, you're seeing different kinds of trades today in the NFL. We have the deadline obviously coming up in like 3 weeks, but the Browns have a GM that's not afraid to mix it up and also trade somebody to a team that we are monitoring closely because we own their first-round pick.
Well, I mean, they've already, done that deal. So there's familiarity. James Gladstone is the general manager of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's very young. Andrew Berry, of course, in Cleveland. I mean, they've gone back and forth to make that deal, the day of the draft. And so they've got a familiarity. They know each other's phone numbers, when it comes up. And they see 216. I think Gladstone probably, I don't know who initiated the call. I don't know much about the players' contracts between Newsome and Campbell. I'm not sure about any of that kind of stuff. It's just an unusual trade. Two starting corners that are, basically cornerstones for two good defenses right now. It's really kind of unusual to see anything like that happen. Right now, Jacksonville is a top 10 defense. Cleveland is as well. So it's just a little bit unusual right now.
Brian Baldinger joining us, Odyssey NFL Insider. Insider Calls brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. Bruce Arians, former NFL coach, obviously knew him. He was on ESPN, Pat McAfee's show, kind of went after Kevin Stefanski earlier this week and, the job he's done, 4-18, the last 22. You talk, obviously, to a lot of people in the league. Brian, what is the rest of the league telling you about Kevin Stefanski right now and the job he's doing with the Cleveland Browns? Are they still pro-Stefanski?
So I'm a big Bruce Arians fan. I've known him a long time. He was, all the way back to his coaching days at Temple. And he's got a Super Bowl championship. But I'd like to see what Bruce Arians would do with this roster right now. And all the rookies that are out there. Would he be winning a lot more games, or all the turmoil that Stefanski has gone through? Is that a fair criticism? If any coach, Belichick, Bruce Arians, Don Shula, give me a coach that would handle the situation that Stefanski has handled with as much turnover and upheaval as this franchise has had. I don't know if anybody would be successful. So, am I defending Kevin? Yeah, to a degree, but I would defend any coach that, I don't care what their last name is, if they had to, endure everything that's going on with this franchise right now. And the fact that they're competitive, they had a good chance to beat the Minnesota Vikings, which is a very good team with a franchise that was in the playoffs a year ago. I don't know. They're competing pretty well. I know that, and that's it's kind of a sign of coaching. I think they've been in a lot of these games. Going back to the first game against Cincinnati, they should have beaten the Bengals that day, and they could have beaten Minnesota. So they're competitive, at least at this point.
But see, I'm telling you, Baldy, anytime we've tried to defend Kevin, and I'll admit it's getting harder when you think about the numbers that are going out there, the 17 points or less in all these different games. Like, eventually it is a results league. So, how do we reconcile that?
I don't know. The running back didn't go through any of training camp, but he's your starting running back. He had a legal issue he had to handle. The quarterback makes his first NFL start. I don't know. He's a third-round pick. I don't know how many guys are supposed to win their NFL debut as a third-round pick in the history of this league. I don't know how many, win that debut. The tight end's a rookie. Your guy calling the signals on defense is a rookie. Your defensive tackle's a rookie. You're trading away your starting corner. Your best corner got hurt in training camp on a non-contact injury and tore his Achilles. All those things are real. The best quarterback you've ever had is leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to another division championship. So, I don't know. Okay, go fire the coach. And what are you going to do? And who's coming in here to fix it? I don't know. You could defend him or not defend him. It doesn't matter. Who's going to be successful in this atmosphere right now?
By the way, do you think Baker Mayfield would be having the same success had he stayed here in Cleveland?
No, heck no. No, the franchise needs stability. You need good draft picks. You got to build, year to year. Nobody is probably drafted better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've got stability with Todd Bowles. The offense coordinator changes every year, but Baker's is in a team with the best left tackle in football and a Hall of Fame wide receiver and great young players around him, and a first-round center that looks like he's going to be a Pro Bowl player every year. And a defense that knows how to take the ball away. No, he wouldn't have this success in Cleveland, but he's got real stability and a real organization right now. Cleveland's trying to get there, but they're not there right now.
All right, so Dylan Gabriel, the rookie, and Baldy join us right now on the hotline. This is amazing stuff that he is giving us, because he's giving us a defense of Stefanski. So I'll ask you, rookie quarterback, it was a very conservative game plan in the opener, not a lot of throws past 10, 15 yards. What did you think in his debut?
Well, what receiver are you going to throw to beside Judy? Who's out there? They don't have much. But I would say that, you go down there and you have a lead at some point, 17-7, whatever it was. You run a 2-minute drill and put a field goal up at halftime before the half to go up 10-7. I don't know. What is he? Where are you supposed to throw it to and air it out with a left tackle that's, I don't know how many starts KT has at left tackle, and Jack is hanging on at right tackle. It's been a real issue for this football team, the tackle position. I don't know what quarterback is supposed to light it up against a very complex, maybe the most complex defense in all of football. You don't know who's coming from where in that defense. I don't know. I thought he played well.
Brian Baldinger joining us here on the show. So when do we see Shedeur Sanders, if we see Shedeur Sanders, to you? How would you handle this?
He's the backup quarterback. He lost out. He was hurt in training camp. He lost out to Dylan Gabriel. He's the starter right now. He's the starter until he either doesn't play well or he's injured. And nobody wants to see that happen. So he's like every other backup in this league right now. I know what his last name is, but he's the backup quarterback. And until Dylan Gabriel proves that he can't hold it and can't elevate this team around him, then Shedeur will get a chance. But I don't think there's any timeline for any of that to happen right now.
Judkins, to me, he really had a breakthrough last week, because not only did you see all the physicality and his ability to take contact, go forward, seeing holes, balance, all the attributes. He also had that speed last week. He was a game-changing running back, didn't you think?
Yeah, no, but I thought he was coming out of Ohio State. I thought he was an NFL-ready player. And, I think Dylan Sampson is a good player. But Judkins looks pretty special. He's averaging almost 5 yards a carry, limited number of carries at this point. But, the short yardage plays, he had a couple conversions, and then, a couple that he didn't get done. But I thought he's off to a good start right now at that position. I mean, I don't think there's much room for, Ford, on this team right now, the way Judkins and Sampson has caught every single thing that's been thrown to him. So I thought they were very high on both running backs in the draft, and they are getting them on the field right now. And, and I think they're going to have – I think both are going to be good players in this league.
Have you paid – Brian Baldinger joining us here on the Fan Hotline. Have you paid much attention to the Belichick saga at UNC?
Not really. I mean, they're not – it's just a difficult – college, I'm doing a Oklahoma-Texas game this week down in Dallas, and I'm kind of studying college football a little bit harder than I normally would at this point. But it's a difficult situation if you don't have a good handle on the portal and how the money gets allocated and getting a good quarterback in there. I mean, if he had Drake May, he'd probably be winning a lot of games at North Carolina, but he doesn't have that right now.
All right, forget anything I just asked about Bill Belichick. I didn't know you were doing the Red River rivalry there, Brian. So let me go to John Mateer. Do you think he'll play on Sunday?
He called it the Red River rivalry.
What?
Well, I mean, look, the guy broke his hand. It's his throwing hand 2 weeks ago. I don't know how he finished the game with a broken hand. I don't know what bone it is. Can he grip a football? I'm trying to figure it out because it looks like it's pointing to him playing. And I've watched his backup, Hawkins. Last year he started 4 games. But Mateer is an elite athlete, and they're undefeated. And so I'm sure they want to stay undefeated. It's the biggest game they've played to this point, although, the win against Michigan was really good, but it was early. I like Mateer. I hope he plays, honestly, selfishly. I hope he plays. But, I don't know how you reconcile being able to play with a broken hand at this point.
Oh, he'd be tough. I would say as moxie. Do you believe that he is a future NFL quarterback? And if you were going to make a comp, who is his NFL comp?
I don't have a comp, by no stretch. Do I have a comp for him at this point? I mean, I've only really studied 2 games of his. I've got all day here to study a couple more, but I don't have a comp for him right now. I just think that, physically he's got the tools. That he looks good when I just kind of study him. I mean, he's not the biggest guy. He was at Washington State. Haven't watched any of those games, but he's 6'1", he's 225. There's a lot of guys that kind of fit in that mold right here. He still has more football left if he decides to stay. He's got another year if he wants to stay. So it looks like the talent around him. I don't think the offensive line is what I'm used to seeing at Oklahoma, but the running back I think is really good, Torrey Blaylock, and so he's just a freshman. I kind of want to see a little bit more of him before I kind of project.
That's fair and measured, and I respect you for it because I was looking for you to say one name.
We were chasing something else there, Baldy.
I was chasing something else. And also, my phone's lighting up. Guys, they called...
Who's the comp you're chasing?
Oh, I think... Well, he doesn't know, but Baker Mayfield. I was hoping for Baker.
Okay. Nah, there's only one Baker.
Damn it. Well, it feels like there's a curse now, and I got to lift the curse. Okay. Guys, I called it the Red River rivalry. That's what they call it.
I want to know what Baldy calls it.
That's what they're supposed to call it now.
It's the big. I lived in Dallas and played for the Cowboys. I mean, it's the biggest party of the year. I mean, everything is bigger in Texas. Those parties this weekend, starting probably today, are legendary parties. I mean, that's a fun weekend. It's Fair Park. It's the Cotton Bowl. The state fair is the best state fair of any state fair in any country in the world. You want to go look at some steers. You want to go eat some, the best state fair food there is. Get fat over the weekend. This is the weekend to do it. But the Red River rivalry. I mean, go back to Darrell Royal and Barry. I mean, this is legendary stuff now. This was Caleb Williams' breakout game. 3-4 years ago, I guess, coming in there and taking over and lighting up the scoreboard. So, like, the history of this game is the history of college football. I can't wait to get to Dallas tomorrow.
Brian, we thank you very much for the time. Enjoy your time in Dallas, and we hope to talk to you again very soon. Thank you very much.
Oh, you got it, guys. Yep, take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Right. Brian Baldinger, Odyssey NFL insider. Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide for your insurance and financial needs.